Well, I have 12 o'clock on my calendar, so I say we get started. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Sandy Ratliff. I am with Locus, formerly known as Virginia Community Capital. If you don't know who we are a community development financial institution focused on lending, investing, and community innovation services. And we welcome you if this is your first time to a new knowledge or your 100th time. We're delighted to have you join us. This is a series that was developed to support the Washington County Business Challenge a long time ago. It's hard to believe, in 2014, and we've continued providing these bi-weekly sessions since then. We're happy to be a partner with the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator, Washington County Chamber of Commerce, and the town of Abington to present these sessions. Today's session is being recorded for education and training purposes. However, this is a training session, and if you have a question for our presenter today, please post those in the Q&A section, and we will address those either during, but especially at the end of the session. We want you to get the most out of these great learning opportunities, and it's hard to believe that we only have 3 more left in this year. They've all been great. But we want to hear from you if there's anything else that we can do. And following the session today, I will upload those to the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator's Facebook page. You can't say that fast with peanut butter in your mouth. And to the our New Knowledge YouTube channel. There's over 250 workshops that we've done since 2015 when we started recording those. So if there's something specific that you want to know, there's some great resource out there. But I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Kathy Lowe, who's the executive director of the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator, to introduce our speaker.
So it's always a pleasure to introduce Courtney. She's been integral in business development in Southwest Virginia for as long as I've known her. We're lucky enough now to have her in an office here at the incubator, so I can just run down the hall when I need help. Courtney, how long have you been here now? Like 6 months?
Almost.
Yeah.
Going in month 5, yeah.
And I'm sorry that I don't know your actual job title. Will you tell me your new job title?
I am with the Wellspring Foundation of Southwest Virginia, and I am the Director of Engagement.
So there you have it, folks. Anyway, we always have a good presentation from Courtney, and without further ado, Courtney Stringer.
Thank you, Miss Kathy, and thank you, Sandy and Nita, also for being on here today. I appreciate each of you. So I'm going to minimize my screen so that way you all can see the full presentation, if you'll give me just a second. Okay. So welcome to today. I'm so glad you all took time out of your busy schedules to join us. This is the Grow with Google program, and we are partnered with Main Street America and Downtown Whitfield. Grow with Google launched in 2017, and it has assisted over 8 million Americans with training opportunities. There's a network of 8,500 partners, and the programming that they offer target audiences are small business owners, veterans and military families, job seekers, students, educators, and startups and developers. Grow with Google helps people across the United States grow their skills, careers, and businesses by offering free tools, training, and events. Many brick and mortar businesses had to pivot during the pandemic, and Main Street America conducted a survey to see how they could step in and help, and found that businesses needed digital tools in order to survive. And now, hopefully, as things are getting back on track, to be able to survive and thrive. So when they developed this partnership last year, Grow with Google and Main Street America identified 10 states that they wanted to have a presence in. And the 10 states are Pennsylvania, Michigan, Iowa, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio, Oregon, and Virginia. And of course, we're the yellow pin drop there. So we feel very honored to have been selected and be able to serve our rural businesses. Why Virginia? Google is very invested in Virginia, and Downtown Whitfield is a leading organization within the Main Street America network. We have two great gentlemen who work there, Todd Wolford and Charlie, and they are just always ahead of the curve and very innovative. Also, the location, it's really easy to get right off 81. So we're able to travel to multiple communities as well as do the online trainings. Speaking of, what type of delivery training options do we have? We do the virtual like we're doing today, which is about an hour and lead time at the end for question and answer. We also do in-person classroom setting, which is also an hour, and then one-on-one virtual or in-person, and those are around 30 minutes. So as you're in the workshop today, if there are certain questions that might take a little more time, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information will be at the end of the presentation, and we can set up a one-on-one session in order to help you work through some of the issues you may be having. And then, like Sandy said, there's over 250 workshops on the YouTube channel, and all of ours up to this point that we posted this year are on there as well. So if you want to go back and watch those, we would love to have you on there. And then if you have individual questions, feel free to reach out as well, and we can do a one-on-one session. Make sure you remember that all of the trainings we offer are free, and we're not trying to sell you anything. And if you happen to receive a call from someone trying to sell you something related to Google, it is definitely not from us. And what do we need from you all? We would love to have you all spread the word that we are offering these free workshops for small businesses. We want to get the resources in our businesses' hands and be able to help them grow their business in a free capacity. Share my contact information, and then contact me if there's other workshops you would like to schedule. As of now, our contract runs through the end of December, so you still have some time left to get some more training in if the new knowledge sessions do not cover all the things you may need. So today's workshop, Make Your Website Work for You. Thank you again for being here and wanting to learn how to make your website more valuable. Today, you're going to learn how to create a website that drives user action and supports your business goals. Whether you're launching a new website or sprucing up an old one, this workshop will help you get the most out of your site. And I know many of us, once we have developed that website and put all that time and effort into it, it's easy to just let it go. But your website really needs your attention at least a couple of times a week to make sure everything's working properly. And so we'll go through some of that today. A strong web presence has definitely helped small businesses reach customers. However, consumer behavior is changing rapidly. Since the start of 2020, 75% of U.S. consumers have tried new shopping behaviors. Maybe they're trying new ways to buy from businesses that they know and trust by using their mobile phone. Or maybe they've switched and now buy products from different businesses. Maybe these businesses have better mobile apps. Changes in consumer behavior can be frustrating for marketers, but they're also opportunities. Today's consumers are motivated by ease, convenience, and trust. Think of yourself, and when you're going to shop for something, do you want to sit on a website that just constantly keeps spinning, or do you want something that you can get your answers fast? And us as a society, we are very impatient, and so we like to have those answers right at the tips of our fingers. The opportunities can arise in key moments during a customer's purchase journey. You can grab their attention with a strong web presence, one that's easy to navigate, convenient, and trustworthy. Customers often look for websites in moments of need, and if you have what they need and a strong website that provides a frictionless experience, you're more likely to win their business. So let's start by reviewing website design. We're going to use a company called Trade Street Jam in this presentation as an example. And when people hear website design, they often think of graphic design, and that's related to the website's look and feel. But the look and feel is just one component of website design. Within the graphic template, there are lots of common elements that appear on most web pages, including 1, the header or top section of the site. The header usually includes a company logo in the left corner. Most website visitors expect that the logo will always link back to your home page. Second, the footer, or the bottom section of the website. The footer usually includes important links, contact information, and copyright information. And third, the navigation. And it's usually horizontal across the top of the site or vertically on the left-hand side of the site. Effective websites follow guidelines to keep web pages consistent, colors, font sizes, font styles, and types of content. Some sites are designed and built from scratch, and many sites use content management systems or CMS. Most CMS options include web-based tools that allow you to easily build, customize, and update your website. There are many CSM options out there, and they're all a little different. A few examples are Shopify, Wix, and WordPress. If you're just getting started, we recommend that you try a few and find the one that you're most comfortable using. Most of the ones I mentioned are very easy to navigate. But whether you're building a website from scratch or using a content management system, all the principles from today's workshop will still apply. Let's start by reviewing the design. In today's presentation, we'll look at 5 characteristics of a great website. A website is not only an eye-catching design, a great site is goal-oriented, search-friendly, offers an ease and convenient experience for customers, has pages and content that are organized and easy to navigate, and works to gain customers' trust. So I want you to ask yourself these questions. How will my site grow my business? Can search engines find my business page? Is it easy to use my site on all devices? Is my site simple to navigate? And does my website protect my customers? Those are all very important questions that you need to be able to answer as you're working on your website. A great website is goal-oriented. So let's start by talking about why your website should be goal-oriented. It's not enough to just have a site because everyone else has one or because you've been told you need one. A great website has specific goals, both short and long term. If you factor in these goals as you create and refine your site, it can help your business now and in the future. So start by asking yourself, why do I want a website? What are you trying to do? What are your goals? And remember, your site should have lots of goals, some short and some long term. Make sales may be the obvious choice, but think about other ways your site can help your business. It can build your brand by establishing a look and feel that resonates with the customers you're trying to reach. It could generate leads by hooking a potential customer's attention and prompting them to contact you. And it could re-engage existing customers, reminding them why they bought from you in the first place, offering related products or letting them know that you've expanded your products and services. A site might help you also attract new employees, or you might use the site to assist with customer support and answering frequently asked questions. To develop useful goals, put yourself in the shoes of your audience. Who is your website for? How do they act? How do they think? And how do they live? It's relatively easy to define an audience with demographic data like gender, age, and employment status. But don't stop there. Ask yourself what makes your audience unique. What makes them want to shop with you instead of your competitor? Your goal is to develop a more complete picture of your audience, a customer persona. For example, examine specific age ranges rather than one wide range. Consider their location. Are they in the city, the suburbs, or rural? Consider their education level, their employment, hobbies, interests, and values. Consider their view of your product or service. Is it a necessity, a nice to have, or a special treat? That one I feel like is very important because as we see inflation growing, people are very conscientious of how they're spending their money. So is your product a necessity, something nice to have, or a special treat? That's, I think, a key question. An understanding of your audience can influence everything on your site, from the graphic design to the words on the pages. It might be tempting to consider a broad audience. For example, everyone likes ice cream, right? But it's more useful to narrow in on the audience you really want. Even though everyone loves ice cream, a gourmet ice cream shop may specifically want to reach trendy foodies who are willing to spend more for locally sourced products of high quality. If that's the type of ice cream you sell, you want your website to communicate that to the foodies who are most likely to be your customers. Now that you've thought about your target audience, start to think about them in relation to your website and the goals of your business. Remember, everything you do on the website should come back and support your goals. One useful way to create meaningful goals is to use the SMART framework. Is the goal specific and detailed? How will you measure it? Is it realistically attainable? Is the goal relevant to your business? Will it help you reach your business goals? And set a time frame for achieving this goal. How will you measure success? Now that you're thinking about your goals and your audience, let's add another consideration to the mix: tracking and measuring. If you don't track and measure your website's performance, you won't have a way to make improvements. Well, improvements based on data anyway. Here's another way to think about it. Let's say you made some modifications to your bicycle to make it go faster. If you don't know your max speed prior to the modifications, how are you going to know if it worked? You need to be able to track and measure online success so you know what kind of improvements to make. And there's lots of ways to do that. Some are obviously more accurate than others. You can start by simply asking customers how they found you. You can ask when they call you on the phone, visit your store, or correspond by email. You can also get more precise. For example, you can set up a trackable phone number. If you advertise with Google, you can use free call tracking, which records every time your ad results in a phone call. You can track the number of emails and form submissions from your site. And if you have an e-commerce site, you can track sales. You can also use web analytics software like Google Analytics to understand behavior on your site. To help track and measure your goals, you can use Google Analytics. It's a free tool that can help you better understand your audience and their activity on your website. This information will help you make more strategic decisions for your business. If you are feeling lost when it comes to goal setting, it might help to put yourself in the shoes of your customer and try to understand what they would be looking for on your website. Google Analytics can help answer many of these questions. You can use analytics reports to better understand your audience and what they're doing. Here are a few of the audience insights that you can get from Google Analytics. What are the highest sources of traffic? What content on your website attracts the most visitors? And what keeps them on the site longer? What are some key demographics of your site visitors? Which channels drive the most conversions? Organic search, paid ads, social media posts, or email newsletters. And there in the quick tip, you can see g.co/analytics. And that if you want to learn more about Google Analytics, you can go there. To set up a free account, you would go to the same g.co/analytics. And if you've never used analytics, you'll need to set up a property. And a property is the collection point for the data that you will see in the reports. There are a variety of ways you can add Google Analytics to your property. It depends on what tool was used to build your website or app. You can get more information about adding this at this quick tip below. In Google Analytics 4, reports are organized as follows: a report snapshot, a real-time report, what's happening right now, and report collections and topics. So let's break down the terminology. A collection of set reports is lifecycle and user are predefined collections that appear in the report navigation by default. Topics refer to the individual reports within a collection. user engagement by events, pages, and screens, monetization, revenue you might earn, retention by new and returning users, cohorts. A cohort is a group of people banded together or treated as a group, and lifetime value. The user collection contains the following topics: demographics to learn more about your users, and tech to learn more about the technologies used to access your site or app. Google has a lot of information about how to use analytics. For now, just remember that that's the tool you need to measure the success of the goals you set. A great website is search friendly. Now that we've covered goals, let's switch gears and talk about making your website search friendly. The process of helping a website increase its visibility on search engines is called search engine optimization, or SEO. And we could do an entire presentation on SEO, but this section will give you a few tips and tricks to get your site off to a great start. It's clearly important that your business can be found online when people go to search, but it's also useful to understand how people search and what they're searching for. For example, from 2020 to 2021, Google search data shows that 100% increase for searches that includes the words "now near me." This indicates that people want what they're searching for immediately. If you have the products and services they're looking for and your website confirms it, you have a great opportunity to make a sale. To help you understand how to make your site more search friendly, let's look at a Google search results page, and that's what's here on your screen now. This format is probably familiar to you, but we're going to break it down into sections. At the top, you see a word, phrase, or question that the searcher typed in, and that's your search query. Below, you see the search results. This example shows a text ad at the top of the results, which is clearly labeled ad. Underneath the ad is the star of natural or organic search results. Creating a search-friendly site helps increase your chances of appearing in this area of organic results. The organic results include sites that Google's identified as relevant and useful matches for the search query. When we talk about making your site search-friendly, we mean improving the chances of it appearing higher in these results. Clicks on links in the organic search results are free. Websites can't pay Google to appear here, and the advertising doesn't influence a website's organic presence or position. There's one more section to review on the right side of the page, and that's the Google Business Profile. Business profiles are available to local businesses with storefronts or service areas. And that's where a lot of your tracking will come in with your Google Analytics. You can hire a company or a consultant to improve your website's search engine optimization, but there are plenty of things you can do yourself to improve your site's visibility in the organic search results. First, make your site fast. A website's load time is important, especially for mobile devices. A study commissioned by Google and conducted by 55 found that faster site speed improved conversion rates and reduced bounce rates. In other words, websites that load faster encourage customers to stay longer and purchase more, which is exactly what we want it to do. Next, improve SEO by publishing original content that's useful, clear, and accurate. Include keywords customers would search for to find your site, and make sure that your web pages actually include these words. SEO-friendly sites also include links, either to other relevant places within your site or to websites that publish high-quality information. And third, use text to anchor your links wherever possible, including relevant keywords as part of the link. Descriptive page titles and accurate page descriptions can also make your site more search-friendly. They should be unique to each page. Many content management systems allow you to add them. Next, organization. The way your site is organized is known as information architecture. Logical information architecture helps visitors find the information they're looking for, and it's good for SEO as well. Why? Because thoughtful organization helps Google more easily understand what your website is about, including what information is most important. Finally, remember to design your site in a way that works for all browsers and devices. About half of your visitors will be viewing your site from smartphones or tablets. If they have trouble using your website, they might choose not to return. Another free tool from Google that can help you monitor, maintain, and troubleshoot your site's presence in Google Search is Google Search Console. So what is Google Search Console? It's a no-cost tool designed to help you improve your site's performance in Google search results. It used to be called Webmaster Tools. You may remember that if you had a website for a long time. Important note, you don't have to sign up for Search Console to be included in the Google search results, but this tool helps you understand and improve how Google sees your site. As a small business owner, you may not have the capacity to dive deep into the technical details Search Console reports, but it can help you understand how and why to make improvements, and it also can be good information for your website developer if you're working with someone who's managing that for you. Search Console tools and reports help in a variety of ways. Confirming that Google can find and crawl your site, and crawling refers to accessing the pages. Fixing indexing problems and allowing you to request re-indexing of new or updated context. Indexing means including pages in Google's index, and that's required in order for you to show up in search results. Showing Google search traffic data for your site. For example, how often your site appears in Google search, which search queries show your site, and how often searchers click through for those queries. Allowing you to sign up for alerts if Google encounters issues on your site, and helping you troubleshoot issues for mobility usability. To sign up for Search Console, start by visiting g.co/Search Console. You'll need to add a website property to your account and verify your ownership. And you can see what that looks like here on the screen. You can create a property that includes an entire domain, for example, google.com, or a property that's limited to a single branch of your website, so google.com/clothing. Once verification is complete, your account will be ready and it will start collecting data for the reports. We've talked about goals and organization. The next thing you need to consider is how visitors experience your site, no matter what device they're using. You want to create a website that offers ease and convenience for customers. More than ever, consumers look for convenience when they're shopping. Online shopping continues to grow for mobile, and this trend has become even more pronounced since 2020. Since the pandemic's onset, more than a quarter of online shoppers are using their mobile devices, ranging as high as 44% for grocery, though many have had nearly constant access to their home computers. This also includes mobile apps. Google searches for online shopping app download globally grew over 300% year over year. In order to make the most of this trend, your website must be convenient. Your first goal is to make it easier for people to use your website on a small screen. So let's talk about 6 ways you can make your website easier to use and more convenient for customers. You need a responsive design, simple payment process, personalized recommendations. If you want convenience, you need curbside pickup, flexible delivery and shipping, and virtual consultations. First, a responsive design. This means that your website layout responds to the device being used, a fluid design that adapts to the screen size. The goal is to make it just as easy to use a website on a phone as it would be on a desktop computer. As you build or rebuild your website, try a mobile-first approach. Instead of testing your site on a desktop computer, start by testing it on your cell phone. For example, navigation is critically important. Design your site to allow plenty of space for users to tap on links. So think of a mobile visitor trying to navigate as you're setting it up. If your site includes a call to action or CTA, make it tappable, linking visitors directly to the content they want to access. A little technical, but worth discussing with your website designer is using vector graphics. Those graphics frequently end in .ai, .eps, or .svg. Vector graphics don't get distorted when you change their size. The other type of graphics are raster graphics. Their common ending are .jpg, .gif, and .png. These are created by using pixels, which often get distorted when the size changes. When it comes to design, less is more. A clean, minimalistic design may make it easier for visitors to complete actions on your site. And last but not least, design a site for everyone. Follow accessibility standards so people with disabilities who may use assistive technology can more readily access your web pages. So let's do a little exercise. When you have your phone handy, search your own website or a site that you use a lot on a computer. So I'm going to give you just a second to do that. Now, how quickly did it load? What does it look like? Try to navigate around and see if that's easy to do or difficult. And if this is your website, start making a list of potential improvements for mobile site visitors. I'll give you just a second to navigate around on your phone. Now, you want to make it easy to buy stuff on your site. How many of you have visited a website, tried to buy something, but got stumped during the checkout and you left the site? A difficult checkout process can have a major impact on sites' conversion rates. Here are some things you can do to make it easier for visitors to complete purchases on your site. First, reduce the number of steps in the checkout process. Again, less is more. Second, show a visitor their progress as they move through the checkout. This lets them know what they have left to do and when they're almost done. Offer guest checkout for visitors who don't want to create an account to make a purchase, also who may be in a hurry and don't have time to create that. After the transaction is complete, you might then offer them the option to create an account for the next time. And give people choices. Offer multiple payment options and digital wallets such as Google Pay, PayPal, Amazon Pay, etc. And as you can see here on the Trade Street Jam Company, they offer a few of those as well. And that makes it nice because once you already have those linked, you can just sign in and go ahead and pay for your purchase. Make it easy for customers to find and buy other things they need, even if they don't know they need it yet. If implemented well, related product recommendations will encourage customers to add more products to their shopping carts. Talk to your web developer about ways to add related product recommendations to your website. Recommendations might be based on a customer's online purchase history, the products they viewed, or products that complement the items in their shopping carts. For example, if someone added a jar of jam to their cart, the website might suggest a specially sized jam spoon, a nice touch for a gift. If you sell a product that requires separate components, for example, batteries are sold separately, this is another opportune moment to suggest an additional product. Your goal is to make it convenient for customers to find everything they need on your site without additional effort. Finally, try to find ways to make shopping more convenient online and offline. For example, a restaurant may now offer curbside pickup and let people know about that on their website. An e-commerce site might offer multiple options for shipping and delivery, or free shipping if you have a minimum order amount. And service providers might offer virtual options, allowing customers to continue from the convenience of their own homes. These are just a few general ideas to consider as you design a website that meets the needs of your customers and fits your goals. Google's mobile-friendly test is a quick, easy way to test whether a page on your site is mobile-friendly. This no-cost Google tool tests how easy it is for a visitor to use your website on a mobile device. Does your website look good when you pull it up on a smartphone? Part of our exercise a minute ago. And even more important, is it easy to navigate and use on a mobile site? If you want help improving your mobile site, check out the Mobile Friendly Test, g.co/mobile friendly. Enter a page URL to see how your page scores. This test integrates with another Google tool called Search Console that we've already discussed, but you don't have to use Search Console to access the mobile friendly test. So try it out. And one caveat, some of the recommendations might be technical again, so you might want to share those with your website developers. So I'm going to let you all try that. Okay. So what the mobile friendly test can tell you is your page usable on a mobile device. It will list any mobile usability problems that it finds. Mobile usability problems are issues that can affect the page when visited on a mobile device, including small font size, which are hard to read on a small screen, and use of Flash, which isn't supported by most mobile devices. You can also view a screenshot of how your page looks on a mobile device, and the test offers a link to Search Console so that you can view additional reports as well. And let's throw in one bonus tip. Having a mobile-friendly website is clearly important, and you can use Search Console's mobile usability report to help your site get there. Did you know that there's another way to see how your website looks different on devices from your desktop computer? So if you will, open your site in Chrome browser. And this was completely new to me. I did not know this as well. Then right-click on the web page and click Inspect. This takes you into Chrome Developer Tools. So you can see right here the Inspect when you right-click. You'll see the visible web page on the left side of the screen and the HTML code on the right side. So it should look like the photo on your screen. This tool allows you to inspect elements on your web page, including how it looks on different devices. Above the HTML code, there's a small icon that shows a screen overlaid by a mobile device. It allows you to toggle the screens and see the web page on different size screens. You can change the size of the visible screen by entering screen dimensions, smartphone type, and more. So when you click on that toggle device, it's going to show you what on the left-hand side what that would look like on different devices. Very cool feature. And remember, that one's also for free. Now let's talk about the information within the website. A great website has lots of useful, relevant content that helps people find what they're looking for. Even if you don't have a lot of web pages now, your site will most likely grow over time. As it does, it's important to keep it well organized and up to date. Planning how new content fits into the framework of your website will set it up for success. So start with a plan. Information architecture, but you don't need to be a website designer, programmer, or architect to create one. Simply put, it's a plan to organize information on your site. The IA maps out the sections, pages, and functionality of your site. The goal is to help people find information they're looking for and to complete tasks. To do this, you need to understand how the pieces of your site fit together to create the larger picture, how items relate to each other. There are several pages and sections found on most sites, including a home page, an About Us page or section, and a contact page. Depending on your business, you'll probably include a product or service section as well. There's no one right way to organize your site, but you might find it useful to review the business goals you wrote down earlier in the workshop. Keep these top of mind as you create your plan. Also, look at other businesses that sell similar products. See what you like about their website and what you might want to avoid. It's always a good rule of thumb to look at your competitors and see what their websites look like and make yours different. And remember, back at the beginning, we talked about make your website look and feel the way you want your shoppers to look and feel when they come in your store. Let's cover a few last tips for organizing your site. Before you map out your main navigation and gather content, consider which pages will need to be included on your website. Make a list. Give each page on this list a clear call to action. For example, the web page shown on this slide invites visitors to shop new releases. So you would click on that and it would be a call to action and take you to those new releases. A good call to action describes the action you want visitors to take. Signing up for a membership, subscribing to an email newsletter, adding a product to the shopping cart. Here's another way to think about it. There shouldn't be any dead ends. Visitors shouldn't get to the bottom of a web page and have to make a conscious decision about where to go or what to do next. Visual elements can help visitors notice important information and cue them to take further action. Be consistent. If visuals and text are inconsistent, it's difficult for visitors to get the hang of using your site. Finally, optimize your website's navigation. Visitors shouldn't have to think about finding a page. Navigation should be intuitive. Many websites include a site search feature, which also helps. As your site is growing and you have your base content, you will be thinking about adding additional content. And how do you get more content ideas? Enter Google Trends. You can get there by visiting g.co/trends. It's a free tool that can help you understand the relative popularity of keywords over time. So this is going to help you in knowing what those keywords are. You can access a largely unfiltered sample of actual Google searches. The data is anonymous. No person is identified, categorized, and aggregated. This allows trends to display interest in a particular topic from around the globe or down to a city level. You can use it to research keyword popularity and incorporate important keywords into your website content. So, how can you use the Google Trends to research content for your website? Here's a few ideas. First, you can compare words and phrases to see which are searched for more often. Trade Street Jam Company might be curious to see how a search for jam compares to a search for jelly. It's pretty interesting to see the results shown here for a search conducted in September 2021. If you set trends to show data from web searches in the United States, 2004 to present, in all categories, it shows that people are searching for the word jam, which is great. But if you scroll down to the related topics and related queries, the top results appear to be related to games, not food. If you set the category to food and drink, it changes things. The graph looks different. For starters, now you see a regular season spike every July and every December. If you dig into that a little bit, you might be able to get some ideas for adding popular, relevant content, maybe a new recipe section focused on summer fruit jam, or spiced cranberry for holiday jam in December. Great months for using targeted ads as well. So let's add one more layer to the mix. With trends, you can compare search items as well. If you add the word jelly, you will see its relative search popularity compared to the word jam. You can see that the word jelly is more popular in certain states, and that could be really helpful for you as you're advertising. This information may or may not give you ideas for new content, but it definitely suggests that using the word jelly on your website might help Google connect with your website more than searchers who want to find the products you sell. And we're going to throw in one more bonus tip. Have you ever clicked on a link and ended up at a broken web page? Sometimes it'll say error 404 or look like the page you see there on the screen, page not found. That's the default page when a link takes a person to the URL of a page that doesn't exist on the website. Ideally, you don't have any broken links, but what if someone manually entered the URL incorrectly? You can use this error page, the 404 page, to your advantage. Having a custom 404 page that kindly guides users back to a working page on your site can greatly improve a user's experience. Consider adding a link back to the home page or link to popular content on the website. If you build your own site, check your website builder's help or support section for instructions on customizing your own 404 page. Before engaging with a website, people want to know that it's safe to use, especially if they'll be sharing confidential information like their credit card numbers. That's why it's important to take steps to reassure customers that you take their privacy seriously and you have a trustworthy site. So the next time you're online paying a bill or placing an order, take a look at the web address at the top of the page. You'll likely notice a padlock symbol at the beginning of the URL. You might also notice the address begins with HTTPS instead of HTTP. Both of these indicate that you're on a secure website. So how do you provide that security for your site visitors? First, you need an SSL certificate. Briefly, secure socket layer technology encrypts data so that it can't be stolen by hackers. Oh, so sorry. Let me get back. Many customers who are used to shopping online will know to look for signs that your site has an SSL certificate before buying anything. You can't get an SSL certificate through Google. You need to go through your web hosting provider or a certificate authority. And let's back up just a minute. When you're on a web page, the browser you're using is constantly communicating with a web server, and that's how you're online. But as information is being transmitted back and forth between the server and the browser, it has potential to be intercepted by hackers. An SSL certificate signals to the browser that it should make the connection to the server secure and private so there's not an opportunity for someone else to access the information that's being shared. Savvy consumers know how to look for the padlock or the HTTPS before making purchases or sharing sensitive information. And it's in your best interest to offer this security on your site. Your web hosting provider may be able to issue an SSL certificate and renew it periodically. If that's not the case, you'll need to work with a CA to obtain one. There are many providers, including the nonprofit Let's Encrypt, a free, automated, and open certificate authority provided by Internet Security Research Group. Next, secure payments. If your website includes an e-commerce component, you'll want to ensure that payments are secure. To do that, you'll need to create a merchant account with a payment gateway. A payment gateway, also known as payment processor, does exactly what it says. Serves as a liaison between your business and your customers by safeguarding their financial information. Google Pay is an option like PayPal or Amazon Pay that allows customers to use secure payment methods they're familiar with and trust when checking out on your site. Rather than entering their payment information directly on your site, they log into Google Pay or one of the other sites and their Google account and password and select any information from any of the payment methods they've saved there. Their payment information is stored securely and only the information needed for each transaction is shared, which reduces the risk and exposure to fraud. It is also faster than typing in detailed payment information every time they want to buy something. Google Pay is free for both you and your customers, and you can have it up and running on your site in under a week. To learn more and access Google Pay for Business, visit pay.google.com/about/business, and that will also be shared with you in the presentation slides. Let's add 3 final steps for building a trustworthy site. It's good to have authentic customer reviews to build brand trust with customers. Customers are savvy and won't just take your word that your products and services are 5-star. They want to hear from real people who have done business with you, used your products and services, and want to share their experiences. You should encourage satisfied customers to spread the word online, including on your business profile on Google. Embedding reviews on your website is a great way to put that feedback front and center for potential customers. Some review sites even offer widgets to help you do this with ease. Encourage feedback from customers by making your contact information easy to find throughout your website, including your location, phone number, and email address. Next steps. If you haven't already, set up Google Analytics so you can start to track and measure your goals. Next, sign up for a Google Search Console account and take a look at how your site is performing on Google Search. Once you've run your site through the mobile friendly tool so that you can view the mobile friendliness of your website, use Google Trends to get the content ideas that can help you create an organized website. And finally, look into Google Pay to offer a secure payment method that will build trust with your customers. So, what questions does everyone have?
Anybody have any questions? Please post those in the Q&A and we'll definitely post those. But, I just, it's an observation. I don't know about anybody else, but having a website is critical for any business or organization, because before I do business with someone, or if I am, someone contacts me about financing or any other kind of things, I always look them up on the internet, which first thing I do is go to Google and search to see if they have a website so that I can learn about them. And then one thing about when you do a website, it's pretty important to keep that updated. So if you're going to go through this, be sure you have a commitment to making it happen and using that to grow your business, either by encouraging customers, putting that on everything that you do to encourage people to go and find out if you sell products and services. They can go and view testimonials, all kinds of stuff. But having a website and that works, and especially that works on a mobile device, is critical in this economy.
And we saw that so much through the pandemic, how quick people were to try to get a website up and going, whether it worked well for them or not, if they kept the information up to date. But that was critical.
Exactly. And, there's some things you should do is keep up with your analytics to see if you're, how people are finding you, where are they coming from? Are you putting stuff on your social media platforms and it directs them back to your website? That marketing intelligence is something that's very important, and Google offers that for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've used
helps
it
with your capacity too. You're not putting things out there that aren't working for you. You know what those keywords are, and you know what your demographics are, so it helps be able to do that a little bit better.
And I've used Google Alerts, and I think it's under a new name now, but I've used those for years to track how they're seeing me on the internet, and where where's things located at. So it's important. One time there was an article that was in the Los Angeles Chronicles. It's not something that I read every day, but it was because someone came to a workshop that I did that put out an article about it, and the Los Angeles Chronicles picked it up. So I would have never known it had it not been for Google Alerts and it being on the internet.
Look at you going coast to coast, Sandy.
That was years ago. Does anybody else have any questions, or I can ask any of the partners that's online? Here's Kathy. Kathy, you've got to have a question, and you're muted.
I do not. Jean operates the website, so.
So, Sandy, did you know about that feature?
There's certain technology points that I'm just getting to the point I don't want to learn. Jean does it, though. We do it. So Jean may have some questions for Courtney.
And Courtney, to answer answer a question. Yes, I've known about Google Alerts for many years, and have
What about the Google where you can toggle back and forth to see when you're working on your website what it looks like on your mobile phone or iPad? Did you know that feature? Because I did not.
I know
Hey,
I
Jen.
did.
That's a very neat, because I mean, a lot of times we're working on a desktop because you need to be able to see it, but then it's nice to be able to have that toggle option to see it on multiple
Yes.
other devices.
And
If no one else has questions, Sandy, I'll also go through and do.
Okay.
So our next workshop is Increase Your Sales with Google Tools. That will be on November 1st, again at noon. Even if you can't join us at noon, please register so that way Sandy will be able to send you the recording that we're doing and also any of the handouts that go along with that workshop. And then the following one will be Use YouTube to Grow Your Business, and that's on November 15th. Same, please register so we can get that information in your hands. Also, if there's anyone you know who might benefit from that, please share it with them as well. And as promised, here is my contact information, CourtneyConnorStringer@gmail.com. Feel free to email or text me. If you call and I don't know the number, chances are I probably won't answer, but you can leave me a voicemail and I'll call you back, or you can send me a text and I will answer those as I'm available. And we would also like to thank our amazing partners who have supported this initiative. In addition to these wonderful ladies who offer the new knowledge session, we want to thank UVA WISE, the Higher Ed Center, Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center, Virginia Community Capital, which is now Locust, Virginia Main Street, and our two key stakeholders, Main Street America and Downtown Withville. They have all been integral in making this Grow with Google partnership work, and we're so thankful.
Hey, Courtney, Jean does have a couple questions, but I think she needs for you to look at the website with her and see. We keep getting these calls from Google that something's wrong with our website. So she might need just a little hands-on help.
So if she's getting a call from Google, most likely it's probably not from Google.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, a lot of times we've heard through this whole program that people would get calls from Google and they're wanting you to pay X number of dollars for them to help you get your website or your Google profile set up. Those are spam calls. That is not what that is at all. So,
yeah, I agree. If I can't see Google reaching out to you the same way with it be YouTube or anything else. But Courtney, I want to thank you again for your time and sharing your expertise. And you know, there's so much great products that Google offers, and the thing is so much of it is free and it's right at your fingertips. So I really appreciate you all giving us an opportunity to share this information through our new knowledge program. And again, as Courtney mentioned, our next session is on November the 1st. It's getting close to the holidays, and this is a timely session as you start selling your product and services. You want to be ready for the holidays. Just want to remind you that this session has been recorded and we will be posted up on our YouTube channel, New Knowledge, but it'll also be on the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubators Facebook page. So you can go there and find that. And I want to let you know too, the partners have been working on our new next series of new knowledge sessions. So we've got about a dozen sessions planned, really great topics starting in January through June. And I hope that you can join us, and that'll be going out, and we'll be sending you those dates and times so you can put those on your calendar. You know, we're doing it for you all to help you in your business and in your organization to grow. And we're just thankful to have so many entrepreneurs and professionals in our area and around the Commonwealth who donate their time to present these sessions. And, you know, you can't beat the price. So because we have this partnership and they do that at no cost. So unless Kathy, unless you have anything to say, I want to thank everybody, and I hope to see you on November the 1st, and trick or treat. It's getting that time. Take care, everybody.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.